I got all them heads up notices.
Yeah,
Well, you are alive.
yeah. I had to fix it. It was
We are live.
yeah, it was giving me issues. Oh my goodness. Oh, the stretch continues, man. That Thursday stretch of shows, it just kills me. Since Tuesday night.
Well, see, normally we're not here though.
Yeah, normally I get a night off and I get to
Normally.
relax. Now apparently, I see what's going on here. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to GeekGasm. I'm going to shut up now. Let Meredith and Daphne and any Princess take over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Marvel at my green screen. Yeah. I worked really hard to put it together.
It's that's her Kickstarter. I mean, January 4th is creeping up on you so quick.
No, for real. I'm getting kind of nervous about it.
I've got a Kickstarter too, but I don't have a fancy green screen. That kind of sucks. Man alive.
It's not mandatory that you get a green screen just because you have a Kickstarter.
Right.
I should have some kind of a banner or something that just helps promote the book. But
yeah,
that's why I got Viking Yoda.
Yeah.
What?
I was going to say, good evening, everybody. Welcome to GeekGasm. We have Ms. Lola, the indie princess, over here with her shoe cam and her fancy chair. I'm Meredith.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, look at that, the goddess chair. Yeah.
Kind of cool. She's got complaints, though. She's got complaints. We'll get to that maybe.
You should also point out that the shoe cam is sponsored by IndieCron.
Yeah.
And it is fancy shoes.
Today's shoe is. All right.
Wow.
Today's shoe is pink.
Yeah.
Oh, it's red in time for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In time.
Yeah. Not me, girl. Those are all you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, first of all, you wouldn't catch me dead in them, and if I was in them, it wouldn't be long before I fell and broke my neck anyway. So yeah, not happening.
That's why you have to leave certain things to the experts.
Yeah.
Now it'd be different, I think, if I was being carried by pretty handsome and muscular cabana boys, down by the then I might, but maybe not, because that means I would have to shave my feet. Yeah, I said that.
Oh, well, yeah. And do your toenails.
Merry Christmas.
And, clean out in between them.
So much work.
I know, yeah. I can't be bothered.
I should mention this, but Lola can run in heels, which is pretty pretty bad, because you just hear this.
Well, that's practice. That's it's like, I'm sure any one of us could do that too if we practice.
Yeah, but see, the thing, she runs into them. She runs them too well. Ever since I met her, she could run in heels. And my question is, what did you acquire the skill set? What did you start wondering? What?
Technically, you're just running on your toes. That's pretty much all you're doing.
That, or if you were going for, I don't know, maybe a starring role in a horror film, where you were maybe one of the first few to get murdered really quickly. It's always the girls in the high heels. I'm like, lose the shoes for God's sake.
Yeah. Well, we all screaming that in that Jurassic Park movie with Bryce Dallas.
Oh yeah. If unless she's running away from a T-Rex, then you're good.
Yeah. She kept her heels on the entire movie, didn't she? Or did she ever take them off? I'm not sure. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, dinosaurs are chasing you.
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
Daphne, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. Hello. Yes. Hi, my name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I am the artist of the funny animal fantasy comic Tall Tales and the upcoming Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, premiering on Kickstarter January 4th. And you can check out my work and sign up for updates at egowork.com, EGOWORKS.com, and my YouTube channel at Daphne Lage Art.
Very
Hugo
good.
Raven is good. I even wrote a review for
Oh,
it.
thank you.
So, yeah,
Yes,
I'm really
yes, you
looking forward
did.
to
Yes,
that.
yes.
I'm looking forward to that. So, good
Oh,
evening, everybody.
I just finished the script
Oh, did you?
for the entire series. Yeah, for the entire series.
I
So
saw something about
this
that,
is
and then you were
done.
doing
This
the
is
art.
done. Yeah. So now I don't have to think about the story anymore. I could just draw it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, well, good evening, everybody. I'm Meredith Lochran. I am an associate editor over at Geek Insider, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast, and one of the founding five with Varian Grant at Terraform Comics. And I, too, have a Kickstarter that is going to be launching on Tuesday. Is that the 29th?
Huzzah!
The 29th is the Tuesday. And that is actually the Compendium of Dread, Volume 1. It is an anthology of dark fiction. And there are quite a few stories in there that are being scripted out right now. In fact, one of the stories, The Dying, is going to have 8 pages in the Terraform Continuum. I've got the art back for it. And the reason why I'm doing this Kickstarter is so that I can pay for more art, because I don't art and it costs money.
Yeah, you know,
I don't have the skill like Daphne, you know, or that way.
Well,
yeah.
It's still going to take me about 4 years to finish this series. Well, if I count doing 4 Kickstarters a year for each issue. So,
and let's see. Are the gentlemen introducing themselves today?
Sure. My name is Varian Grant, and I've been very good all year. I've stayed out of the court system, mainly because the courts have been closed, and yeah, very happy about that. Apparently, it looks like I'm on pace to survive 2020. A couple more days, yeah, we'll see.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, but I'm on track to survive it. It's gonna happen, and
don't press your luck.
Yeah. I'm just listen.
I've still got like
a week and a half. Still have a little bit of time left.
Yeah. I don't go out much, so I should be fine unless Lola kills me. But it's possible.
So.
And if you guys have taken a look at the shoe cam, you would see that those are deadly weapons.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah. There's a
dual function.
I'll tell you what the function is. The function is when you don't know they're under you when you get out of bed.
Ooh.
And she has pairs. They've started to take over my side of the bedroom. So when I get out of bed, I trip over her heels sometimes too, and like I end up wearing them because I'm tripping, trying to and hit the ground. You just see. And I'm telling you, if I hit the ground and die, and the cops come in here, they're gonna say, "Was he wearing heels? Why are you all tangled up in them?"
There was a T-Rex.
We know you really want to wear them.
Yeah,
we know that dirty little secret, don't we?
We got us a little freak here. He's trying to wear heels. And
Randy, my friend.
Just help you make her look taller. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Zimmerman. I am just here for fun. So no, I'm a alternative and independent comics creator. Been doing it for years. Done everything in the direct market that you can imagine. Did a lot of freelance work. I'm an award-winning commercial and graphic artist whose main specialty now is sequential art for advertising and education. So plus I'm working on a crowdfunding book. But other than that, done a lot of things, been around. So happy to be here.
See, all the cool kids are doing it.
Oh,
all the cool kids are doing it.
Lola said that I run the intro. Did I mean to run the intro, Lola? Go ahead. Okay. I run the intro. We have to run the intro. It's not officially the show until she runs the intro. Okay. Yeah.
Now it's official.
Okay.
Now it's official.
It's probably the first time I wanted to run a special Christmas opening, but I didn't.
I got the cute Christmas background.
Yeah. I should have done a little Christmas opening. Shows your production values here, man. I could have put snow or something falling in front of it or something. Don't let you know what a special episode. Anyway, Yeah, I before we get into most of the show, I wanted to Meredith can talk about a bit more. The longtime listener to the show, Marv, or who we call Marv or Marv, received there was a secret would you say a plot against Marv?
It was definitely a secret. He had no idea, and kudos to his friends at work who organized this really quickly. And
so it's a good thing.
It was a good thing. It was a good thing. It was a Christmas surprise. So anybody who's been watching Marv and they know about his project, The Sin Killer. He's been posting his sketches online and everything, and we know that his computer was out, broken, and he's been sketching by hand, and then he goes over to a friend's house who scans it and does the work of filling it in and the inks and things like that. Well, they did a surprise not Indiegogo. It's GoFundMe. Yeah, they did a surprise GoFundMe and raised funds to get him an iPad and a pen so that he can he can art. I'm jealous. No, but he's been talking about his book for so long. He's so enthusiastic about the art and the creative process, and he talks about it at work. He talks about it when he joins us on our live streams, whether it's in the chat rooms or on camera and stuff like that. So his coworkers got together and they put together a fund, and then they put it up on oh my god, I keep saying Indiegogo. They put it up on GoFundMe, and they were able to present that today. So it was like kind of impromptu. We wanted to get on live so that we could show his reaction to the listening audience and those who follow him and who really love and appreciate him. So it was, for me, it was a Christmas moment.
Yeah. It was cool because when they gave him, they gave him the tablet and they said, so you got to draw all of us, right? And they gave him this pack of paper. And when he opens the pack of paper, the tablet's in there. And and so he was definitely touched by it, and it was very cool to see that. Marv was actually lost for words. Cool. Yeah, and it's cool because it's like listen, if you ever seen Antonio Banderas get sentimental, you never seen that in a movie. Just watch Marv. It's just watching Antonio Banderas, handle emotional scene. He just. Really
and Pops was there. Pops was actually my contact to get in touch with Peter, who organized it, and I'm glad that we were like in the green room where I wasn't on screen at all, because I was just like, I need a tissue, I need to blow my nose. And, I mean, it was just really one of those awesome moments, and we made him cry.
Meredith, Pop sent me the join link, and I thought, nope, not going in there right now, because I said let me in, but then when I was in the green room, because I'm like, if I come in now, I'm crying. I cried on IndieVote. I cried this morning. Yeah, I'm never living it down.
Well,
so,
are you afraid of losing your man card?
I lost that a long time ago. I'm just afraid to lose more dignity is all.
Bob says, I think I saw Marv swear more in the short video than the whole time I've known him.
Yeah, I kind of wish I knew more Portuguese.
Yeah. But the key moment though was when the priest walked up, who's a friend of Mars, and did the devil horns, like, yeah, rock on. And it's like, and that's when it all became clear. The SJW is right. We are toxic. And
these are devil horns. It's like, rock on.
So like the rock and roll horns. Come on.
You know what? We should just have him say, We just had him just do that too with the tongue out and just, hail Satan, just it. Why not?
Father Horns, Pop says.
Yeah. Father Horns. It was crazy, but it was a great moment, and definitely it puts you in the Christmas spirit. I got a question from Indie Vote Radio. So I'll let you guys talk about anything else first. So, does anybody else want to mention anything? Because this is pretty. It's about comics. It's about comics.
Okay, I'm sure.
All right.
Prepare yourselves.
Are we getting called whores again?
Kinda. No.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure we're in the right mind space.
This is from Shelby.
Okay.
And Shelby wants to know, how can any female align partially, wholeheartedly, or adjacent with the values of Comicsgate or any other non-left-leaning comic book organization? Having ladies on this show tells me that you guys don't have a firm grasp of what's happening in comics, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. That's from Shelby.
Thank you.
F you too, Shelby. With love.
What was that, Randy? Was that a wow?
That was a wow. How amazing. Shelby, we love that you listen in. Maybe you'll get educated. I hope it
Slightly.
works. I hope it works. You are exactly the kind of person that we want desperately to listen to the Indie Vault radio program, because wow,
you guys,
let me
shame on you.
Yeah, I need
shame on you. Where's that? Where's that?
Shame on me.
No, I said shame on.
I'm just grateful Shelby's open-minded enough to actually listen to our program instead of dismissing us all as toxic males.
What were you gonna say, Daphne? I'm sorry.
Right. Well, I'm a little confused by the question. It's like, because at first I understood it as how she wanted to do being adjacent, but then she's kind of mad at us for not picking a side. I don't understand what exactly she's asking.
Well,
I mean, it would just be easier if she just called for it and called it a day. But
I don't think she was asking anything. I think she was making a statement about her dogma and her beliefs.
Right.
It is this, and I'll shut up after this. But there's this cognitive dissonance that they have, where it's like, I am not stepping out of, like, if you challenge their beliefs, they'll just double down on their beliefs rather than step outside into reality. And it's like, no, I refuse. I have to cling on to this. It's really weird and baffling. But shame on you ladies. Shame on you ladies for aligning.
Well, what am I supposed to be ashamed of? I still don't understand the comment. What am I supposed to be ashamed of?
You're trying to make sense.
Come on, let's run with it. Come on.
I love it.
What am I supposed to be ashamed of, Shelby? Punk ass. What am I supposed to be ashamed of?
Well,
you don't really know what's going on in comics today.
Yeah, you don't understand. You just make comics.
You just don't understand.
Yeah.
I just make comics. Yeah. Oh, but you know what? Let's run with this. It's like, yeah, Shelby, I don't know what's going on with comics, but I don't give a shit. It's like, I'm more concerned about just doing my stuff and getting my stuff out there than worrying about some BS that people want to wrap themselves on because they don't know how to create. So, that's none of my business. I'm making comics. What are you doing?
We got to get Daphne a soapbox.
We got to get Daphne.
And a little pink bullhorn, I think.
Well,
I'm hyped in my green screen. I got energy.
2 points.
Yeah. Meredith, you want to explain yourself?
Yes, I am ashamed. This is my confessional. I apologize for being a strong woman.
It's okay. Both Varian and I are ordained, so We can hold confession. I'm a full-fledged
Forgive me for being a strong woman, and my husband says that I have brass balls that clank. So I don't know. Maybe I am confused. Shelby,
creating chaos. Be nice,
Shelby. I am begging for your forgiveness. Show me the way.
We are TVMA DLC.
Show me what you are creating, my dear, and show me the way.
That's a kind of hateful statement. Oops. Wait a minute. I didn't mean to flash that one.
I don't know. Is anybody in here offended by the C word?
I don't think so.
I personally love that word. I do. But I don't want to get GeekGasm kicked off of YouTube either.
Yeah, we don't want to
well, it's just a C.
Already not monetized.
Although,
YouTube funny.
So I recently totally binge watched The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the C word was all over that thing. And I was like, yes, I love this show.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But,
hey.
She's right. It is a C comment that pisses people off. We got some more. She's attacking someone who is aligned with nobody because they are not aligned with her. JD says, "Go get him, Daphne."
Guy named JD. Yeah, go get him, Daphne.
And I sense the sarcasm coming from Jason Moore. So if you want to put yes, wow, all you women are so clueless. You poor women being fed thoughts and opinions by toxic men. Yeah, for you to think instead of making your own opinions. Shame on you all for being so stupid.
Yeah, and that's how she sounds. It's like, I mean, it really is. It's like
let me clutch my pearls.
Okay. To answer seriously though, because in the end, I think that in the end, let's give Shelby a serious answer. Let's do that. On one hand, it's like it doesn't make any sense for anybody from that side to ask whether someone is Comicsgate related or not, because just the mere act of asking that question kind of goes against the principle, the main tenet of that side, which is that comics should exist outside of ideology and the political beliefs and the personal beliefs of the creator. So there's no reason to ask that question.
Her definition of Comicsgate is not the same as yours, Daphne. Sorry.
Well, and that's the thing too, because it's like the definition changes depending on who you're asking.
No, the definition changes on the amount of education somebody has about the situation. That's what it is.
Because I keep getting told it's just about good comics and that's it.
Yeah.
So if it's just about good comics, then in the end, it's irrelevant whether I'm aligned or not aligned, because it's like, well, if you like my comics, that's what it's about, right? And if you're asking me if you're on the other side, because it's like, well, and if you're asking me because I'm not aligned with another side, it's like all I can say is that, look, consumerism is not activism, and I'm not here to be your moral arbiter. I didn't consent to that. I'm just here to make comics. I'm not here to be a symbol of your morality that you want to project on me. So either way, it's a crappy question.
Meredith. Well, here's the thing too. I think Daphne is a little bit of it's envy, because apparently, you're rich, because she probably feels this. She lives in New York and she makes comics, and she's not on the bread line. So I'm pissed. She must be a horrible, horrible person. Varian, you need to get Daphne her own show. Daphne's Rancher. Daphne's so much. It would be a rating hit. Please make this happen.
Well, maybe it'll. Well, it's like because of this green screen thing, I might be able to finally do more shows for my channel. So stay tuned.
Yeah,
more videos.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We like having Daphne here, but sometimes like Daphne is a lot like she's a lot like when you sign somebody and you say, okay, bring them on the show, but also release them back into the wild the second they're done. Because what happens when Daphne gets pissed, she goes on her channel and she says things that can't be said over here.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh yes,
she does. She says some great things.
Like, really?
It doesn't mean that they can't be said over here.
There was a time she set an Adobe box on fire.
Let her do that here if she wanted to.
There was that time.
Nothing wrong with that.
There was that thing she said about Copic. Remember that? And I'm just kidding. She's like, what?
Yeah. Oh, that's a video I still like to do. Yes.
But it's I feel bad because this person, Shelby, obviously does not understand. I'm gonna say you guys don't understand what's going on in the industry. Everybody up there, everybody on here is making a comic or has made one. Lola has just finished 3 scripts. Daphne's got a long history in comics. She posted a picture the other day of her standing by her booth. What year was that from, Daph?
Oh, I would have to look it up. It was somewhere in the 90s, I think.
Okay.
Late 90s.
Yeah. And Meredith just got new paying for art for her new book. I've been making comics since 2008, and Randy's been making comics since
before Varian was born.
Yeah. So I think, Shelby, to say these ladies have no idea what's going to market is really piss poor on your behalf.
Because the thing is, like, what exactly am I supposed to know? Like care about what Marvel and DC are doing? It's like I don't. Honestly, I really don't. So it's like I don't see the need to like study minutia on that.
Doesn't matter with that. Stop with your female censorship.
That's me. I'm like,
doing that, really. Like, we care about Varian and we want to make sure that he becomes monetized so they can be demonetized again.
That's right. That's what we're working for.
So I can, we really want to worry about being demonetized. Like, how come this video isn't making any money? What did we say? Because apparently, I don't know if someone want to tell Larry about this. I got to tell him. I'll message him. Apparently, you can't say the SIMP word. Sounds like pimp.
Oh, there's all sorts of words that you can. That YouTube has a list.
Yeah, but you can't say that on Twitch. Really? You'll get banned for life. You say that on Twitch, and you're
it's an algorithm that they set it up. It's lazy algorithm.
Yeah,
because it doesn't take into context. It doesn't take into context.
Yeah,
just like lazy belief systems, lazy dogma.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, if you don't read the right comic. You're
obviously. Why are you females if you're here listening to us toxic males? Yeah. Shelby. Go ahead.
Let's rename the show Toxic Feminism.
Toxic Feminism.
Yeah.
I like GeekGasm a lot better. It says a lot more, and it's more fun. GeekGasm's a lot more fun. Did Shelby send you an email, or is this is a message?
This is the email.
Shelby, take it from this old toxic male. How dare you bring your hate around here? I resent your email. Totally resent it. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should get yourself an education. You should actually figure out what Comicsgate is and stop listening to your friends. I actually did something Varian's been wanting me to do for a while today. I sat and I watched the 616 documentary about Sana and the women writers at Marvel. It was awesome. It was really good, and it pointed something out very important about the women writers at Marvel. You know what that was? Oh, it's suddenly Meredith runs. Sorry, Meredith.
No, that wasn't you. That was a side conversation over here.
The point I want to make is the point that they made on the 616 documentary about women writing comics. Women look in a mirror and not out the window. Shelby, stop looking in your mirror at the hate. Get yourself an education and understand we are here for good comics. We are not here for CG. We are not here for right or left, because quite frankly, I'm pretty conservative in my views, but I lean very much to the left. And shame on you for jumping to conclusions and for making pigeonhole stereotypes and stuffing people in them instead of actually listening and understanding what we've got here and what we are doing here on Indie Volt Radio. Shame on you, Shelby. Get away from the mirror. Start looking out the window. Stop looking at yourself and that self-hate that you seem to be seething with, and start looking out the window at the wide variety of comics out there. Comics should be out there with as many different viewpoints, as much diversity as we could possibly get our hands on. And it's a firm belief for everybody here on the panel. Everybody deserves to be here. Everybody. But please get an education. Get an education and understand the art form. Understand why we are here. Understand why you are here. Don't just put those blinders on of hate and say, well, they're in one hole. Obviously, they hate us, or they're males, and obviously they're toxic, because that's not the way the world works. It's not. Please understand. Please get an education. And thanks very much for listening. We appreciate you deeply, and we hope that we help you along your journey to grow and become a better person. That's what I got to say.
You know, we thank someone for listening.
It's tough love. It's tough love from us.
When we thank someone for listening and telling them off, it's almost like wishing someone well on a future endeavor after you fired them.
No, that wasn't like a Brie Larson. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
that was a deep. I'm glad that you're actually out there listening to different voices, and you can voice an opinion, but please voice an educated one.
Yeah.
And get an understanding as to what's actually happening in comics, because there's more to comics than Marvel out there. There's more to comics than Kickstarter out there. Yeah. And what these people that you hate are doing, if you look close enough, you'll understand what these people that you seem to want to hate so badly are doing is they're making some big money. And why is that? They're not breeding hate. Go out there and look. Where is it? I've looked when I first got back into comics, and I was out of comics for about 10 years doing my newspaper. I did a comics paper that I spread around my county because I was tired of the direct market. Totally tired. When I got back into it, Varian had me start watching some video channels, and they were from some of these people that you think are hateful. I didn't find any hate there at all.
I just want to trigger him some way.
Yeah, he loves triggering me, and it didn't trigger me at all. It gave me an education and it got me to learn about what was actually happening in comics now. And now I'm back in. I want to be back into the direct market really bad, because there's a lot of great, phenomenal products coming out there from a lot of phenomenal, diverse viewpoints from a lot of different people in a lot of different areas. And some of those are incredibly great books. And you really need to take a look. You really do. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're listening. I'm sorry that you have these crazy conclusions and this hate, but I hope you get out of it. And I hope you understand we are here to promote great comics. We're not here to say, oh, you have to be in one pigeonhole or you have to be in another hole. We welcome all sorts of people on this program from all sorts of variety, from all sorts of places, doing all sorts of phenomenal product.
Christ, we have that. We have
we put up with Daphne and Mary.
Yeah, we have.
I want to piggyback on that. And speaking to Shelby. Okay, so now I was being facetious and sarcastic earlier, but a lot of the words that I said I meant, because I try to rise above all of the bullshit that's out there. I just want to create. I write books.
Yep.
I'm learning to script. I'm learning the process of creating comic books. Okay. I am new into this field. And honestly, I probably don't see as much of the hate because I mute it or I disassociate myself from it. There's no place for me in there. Why would I give them headspace? You know, there's no real estate in my head left for that negative stuff.
Yep.
I want to create good books. I want to learn from people who are doing it and making a name for themselves, but also having successful Kickstarters, also making sure that they're delivering. What can they teach me? All right. So I don't care about the politics of it. I really don't. If you want messaging, that's what the comedians and the creators and the comic book writers are for. They have the messaging within the books or whatever entertainment that it is that they're sharing, you know, and that's fine. If that's on you, if that's where you want to have your belief, then you find those people, but you don't knock the other people who are doing other things, because that's not my creative journey. That's not Daphne's creative journey or anybody else who's on this panel. So I highly recommend that maybe you close your mouth and open up your eyes and your ears and just listen. There have been too many times when I've been in a conversation with somebody where we vehemently disagreed. And the thing is, the difference between talking at each other and talking to each other is huge. Because when you're talking to somebody and you can see their eyes shaking in their head because they're not listening to a fucking word you're saying, they're only thinking about the next thing that they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Conversation's already over. So that, you know, I highly recommend that you take a breath, sit back, close your mouth. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying close your mouth and listen. Listen to what other people have to say. And to what Randy was saying, get an education. Don't just follow along blindly to what other people are saying, because they will lead you 9 times out of 10, they'll lead you down the wrong path. And then you go, holy crap, how'd I get here? Well, you did it. You did it on your own.
You know, and I want to say something. I know you guys might find this. I'm usually not the serious one on the show, but I watch a documentary on any show for some reason. I'm never taken seriously, but I watched a documentary recently about it was about cults, and they discussed NXIVM. And how the leader of that was charismatic, and how he led all these people, women and men, into this cult of personality. And all of a sudden, I said, wow, that's crazy. And then as I was fading off to sleep, I thought, holy shit, that almost happened in my industry. And it was a cult of personality. And watching someone who was so cultivated, and so when you go blindly and when you don't get the education, what Meredith was saying is that you tend to be led places that when you wake up, when you finally do wake up, it's too late. It's too late when you wake up, because you're so far down the rabbit hole that you've lost friends, family, probably money. But while we can lead
and you're branded in weird places.
Yeah. And it, you know,
Randy, where's that bell?
You're not realizing you're having parts of your body hurt for apparently no reason.
Yeah, and nobody likes that walk of shame the next day.
Nope.
You know what's funny thing is they're like, you know,
you bow-legged stance. Anyway,
you get this. You know, this leader tells you about how each line means something spiritually. And then while you're laying in bed, admiring the artwork on your crotch, you notice it's actually his initials turned sideways. And it's like, what the hell? Yeah. So I can make my initials look real fancy too. And that's what happens. So be careful. But while we can lead you blindly, Shelby, let me lead you to www.lastcallcomics.com. You're going to click on the store and you're going to order yourself some fine comics.
Well, no,
Good for you, I said, plug your stuff.
Yeah. There you go. Finally, promote your stuff. I really appreciate listening, Shelby. I hope you have an open enough mind to look around and actually look, instead of just turn us on in order to hate on us, or to sit there scratch your head. Well, how come these women are on this program? I don't understand this. lot of diversity
well,
running around in comics. There's more diversity in comics now than there ever was. And you need to stop hating. You really do. And you need to go out there and start looking at quality of the books coming out from any direction, because you can learn something from anybody's product. You just have to have the open enough mind to look at it and understand it, and to be able to analyze it from an open-minded perspective. And that same goes for campaigns as well. If you're doing crowdfunding, exact same thing. There's always something out there to learn. Always.
Daphne, what'd you say? I'm sorry. There's another question I want.
No, it's just, right. No. It's just the whole thing. It's like, and also it's like, don't support stuff you hate. If it's like if you don't like something, don't give them your money.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's that simple.
And again, don't hate on it if you don't understand it too, though.
Yeah.
And make sure you spread the love. We're all here promoting, trying to do positive things. I haven't heard anybody curse anybody. Well, I take that back because we were talking about your email. I'm sorry. But anyway, don't just stop the hate and getting back into this market. I looked all over for those white supremacist a-holes out there that said that they were out there doing all this thing on this other platform, doing all this hate. And you know what? I saw the hate coming from the other direction. I really did. And on one hand, that's a really bad thing. And see, I'm shaking my finger on it. But on the other hand, if some of these people out there weren't hated on and tossed out of the mainstream, they'd have never knocked open the crowdfunding platforms to the point that they are now. And they're going to continue to open. Those floodgates are open. They're not going to get shut. So you better get with it. You better understand what's happening here. Maybe you need to get a grasp of the market as to what's going on. Because like Daphne said, there's so much more out there than Marvel and DC, and it's growing.
Yeah.
Marvel and DC are shrinking. And you can go to anybody who's got any type of numbers out there on comics, and you'll see it no matter what the people want to push, whatever oddball statistic. You look at those bare numbers, you will see the market in Marvel and DC are shrinking. DC's down to 34 titles from 120.
I know we got
a lot.
I know we got a bunch of comments. Tough Nerd Toy says, "Well, whenever you disagree or have any opinion other than the high-minded, deranged collective, you're a toxic male or worse. Indie comics is where it's at." Preach Randy says, "Pop says there is a middle. The best people in comics inhabit it." Jane says, "Amen, Meredith." Pop says, "Excluding people is just shortening your own eyesight. Be inclusive, all inclusive. Be the madness. I'm reading a book about the dangers of cancel culture right now." Jason Moore says, "Comics are comics. I could care less about someone's political views when it comes to comics. I don't buy comics to read about the creator's political views. I read comics to lose myself in a fun story." Take that finger, Randy. LOL. And before we talk about that too, I want to mention, speaking of political views and art, what made me cry last night was me and Randy got a beautiful email. From some artists. What did you say? Did you say artistic prisoners?
Yeah. 3 artists that are currently imprisoned in Kurdistan.
Yeah. Sent us an email.
The real thing. The real thing.
Yeah.
The
real thing.
Yeah. And they sent the email.
Not just somebody getting shitty tweets online.
Not just somebody troll hating.
Yeah, exactly.
Following behind somebody and pointing and laughing at their any unfortunate circumstance that should come up. Yeah.
Right. And they created some
political prisoners.
And they were very nice guys, and they're sending us some statues, and it made me cry because
sculptures. Hopefully they're not statues, or your front yard's going to be, gonna look very unusual.
Yeah. Let's put them all out there as a piece. You got to charge people $5 to drive on the block. $5. You pay me to drive down the block and watch the yard. But no, I do think that that got to me, because I'm like, man, how many times will I walk past my art table and think nothing of it?
Yeah.
And these guys and gals are unable to do that.
Or how many times do we come on here and just perform the nitwittery without thinking how much, how many people out there are listening. What's our radio number, by the way?
Right now we are at 55,811.
That's 55,000, Shelby.
Yeah.
55,000.
I think Shelby
all around the world. Huh?
As the show was right from this up on that. Screw those guys.
Probably. She probably did.
That Mr. Natural looking son of a.
I look like Mr. Natural.
Well, she probably can't see you because she was in Evo Radio. So, but
I just thought I looked like a grumpy old man. That's all.
This is from Mitch. Mitch says, Lola, how do you draw with those things? How do you write? As a creator, I would find that hard.
Wait a minute. We gotta focus that camera. Do it again. There we go. And the shoe cam at the same time.
Well, are those things? And I'm putting my fingers in quotes.
They are talking
Are
about
they
boobs,
talking about boobs?
She doesn't draw with her boobs, Mitch.
Wow.
I think you could ask just about anybody. They'd tell you there's nothing wrong with those
stick
boobs.
A pencil in there.
Yeah.
I've got enough cleavage that I could probably put a pencil and scribble something. But yeah, I think hands.
There market
I think there's a hand. I think probably yes.
You know what?
There's probably if you look online enough, there's probably yes.
For what?
I mean, the people with foot fetishes. I mean, I could draw you a picture with my toe, hairy toe if I wanted to. I mean, is there a market for that?
Shame on this show.
I've seen those. I've seen those videos. I'm afraid. They go down. They have a whole line of beer cans, and the one woman grabs her nipple and just boom, 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 all the way down the line.
I saw something about Farrah Fawcett. She would strip like totally naked, fall into paint, and throw herself up against the wall. I mean, so
that sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
There we go.
So hey, I mean, to each their own.
Who did I marry?
Marion can't wait for summer now.
It's
set some canvases up in the backyard, and that's all fence, and he's going to have himself some art.
I think that that's I mean, I don't think she. I guess they would get in the way when drawing. I mean, I almost have them myself.
Jackson Pollock, eat your heart out.
Yeah. I almost have them myself from eating too much. Drinking too much pop, but they don't get in the way really. I adjust the same way my stomach doesn't get in the way anymore. I just adjust the way I sit.
Yeah, that's pretty good to do.
You wouldn't think drawing and writing would be a problem. It's walking and moving. Perhaps running that might be more of a problem.
There you go. Yeah. And Pops is saying Lolart. There you go.
Yeah.
While we're talking about that, if you guys are tuning in, make sure that you head over and give Lola a tip for her shoe cam at streamlabs.com/indievolt/tips.
Yes.
Tip well and tip often.
There you go.
It's I'm sorry to detract you guys with that email from Shelby.
Bob says, "I know strippers who drew with those."
It's perfect.
I don't know. Well, I mean, really, how do you do art with those things in the way? Good God!
Yeah, she's it's hyped. I
put my arm underneath them.
Yeah, put your arm.
Quite honestly, guys, I don't need to see my feet when I'm doing writing or scribbles or anything like that either. So hey,
Yeah, I mean, I normally, I'm hunched over the table. My back is bad because I've got if you're an artist, you got that weird hump in your back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, didn't you? Yep. You said something about like troll people or something like that, like artists are because they're always hunched over or something.
Yeah, we're all short.
Oh my gosh.
Very, you're going to have
to. Is that
how
you can tell the artists from the writers? I'm just curious.
All artists are at least 7 inches shorter than we really are.
Marion, you're going to need to get that domain name.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
better get on that.
She puts the mark between them. Ermagerd says to you. Ermagerd.
Ermagerd.
Yeah, 4 questions. Oh, okay. Let's look at those 4 questions. Yeah, we did. All right. The Christmas theme questions. Here we go.
Yeah, more questions.
Seasonal.
Let's run with it. Yeah.
It's seasonal. We're supposed to be a seasonal show.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a Comic-Con on Christmas? That's from Adam. Adam, thanks for writing in. Hell no.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, I mean, Christmas. Yeah, no. I think that I did a convention once on 4th of July, and that was not good. It was just 4th of July on the beach. It was like they set it up on a board on the boardwalk. I guess like there was like a hall that they rented on the boardwalk, the beach. 4th of July. Not really a good idea.
No, I can see that. Yeah,
it didn't work the way you would think. Yeah.
How about you, Meredith? Christmas Day Con?
I don't know that I would have a problem with it necessarily if they had one, but I don't know. I guess that would be the purpose. Like why have one? Are you trying to sell books? Because that by then it's already too late for the stocking stuffers. And seriously, are comic books a big seller for Christmas and stocking stuffers?
I think trades are. I don't think single issues would be unless it's like a very special.
Yeah.
So I would for the experience maybe, but with the expectation of selling anything, I don't know. I don't think so.
Lola, what'd you say? You said you think vendors make money?
Yeah, the ones that sell the toys would make
the toys. That's different.
Maybe not on Christmas Day unless somebody got Christmas money. Wanted to go spend it.
Yeah, but even then, it's like on Christmas Day, it's usually like just people looking to do something rather than to spend money. So so like you just be a hangout spot at that point.
Right, and does it have to be a Comic Con? I mean, it could just be like a lonely con, because
that's what it would be, a lonely con.
You see like, that? Hey, everybody just went
Yeah, the ones that would rather not go to the family gathering or something like that, like the Great Escape or something. I mean, that would be kind of cool, but
I remember reading once that movie theaters see the most people on Christmas Day. I think. So people are just looking to do something.
Probably not this year though.
Oh no, they're my local.
Obviously.
Yeah, well, even though the theaters are open, they're probably not going to be nearly as visited.
Especially since the one big movie coming out is also on HBO Max Saturday.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
We'll all be watching Wonder Woman at 9 a.m.
That too.
Yeah. By the way, none of you are watching Wonder Woman at 9 a.m. I got bad news for you. The browser is that site's gonna be down. I guarantee you.
Yeah. HBO Max is glitchy as heck already. So so I can only imagine.
Disney Plus is boasting that they were down for a bit with when they posted the last episode of Mandalorian. I can't help but think that Wonder Woman 84 is going to shut HBO Max down pretty hard.
Ruining the movie experience.
Because that's the.
Go ahead. I was saying that's going to ruin people's movie experiences. They're going to be trying to get to the middle of that movie. It's gonna glitch out on them and go away, and it's going to be awful. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I think your screen is a little behind or is laggy. So I'm like.
I was wondering. Unfortunately, I was kind of wondering if the green screen was a little too good to be true.
We'll get it together.
I don't know if it's a green screen as much as your connection. Yeah.
Well, that could be it too, because I am on Wi-Fi, so it could be a combination of things.
Yeah, it's probably eating up your bandwidth.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone from CM Booze. Absolutely.
Back to you, CM Booze.
Adam, oh heck no, from Mark. Mark does Grand Rapids Con, very big show in Michigan. We had a tradition of taking my boys to movies Christmas afternoon. Yeah,
and then
a lot of folks had that tradition. New Year's, yes, LOL.
Let me see Lola's next question.
Well, with us being here in Michigan, very rarely would we have a show in December, January, or February even, because of you can't predict how the snow's going to fall.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is soak a lot of money, bring in some great guests, and suddenly have 2 feet of snow.
I got a groan the other day because it was raining outside, and I looked up and said, "Looks like reindeer," and I got a groan. Yeah, I got a groan from the family.
As well, you should have.
And I mean, I did an outside street festival, and it was in Michigan. And I'm like, oh man, it's gonna rain.
We got attacked by wasps.
Yeah, it was actually should have been called WaspCon because they were out, and we're unfortunately right next to the lemonade stand, so they're definitely over there hanging out. And I'm like, why is it? The wasps didn't sting anyone, but they attacked everything we had. They were everywhere. I think I killed about 80 of them. I'm sorry.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah. They were trying to eat our pizza. There was wasp on the pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's crazy.
What's the weirdest, ugliest Christmas gift you have received from Beth?
Oh.
The weirdest, ugliest Christmas gift.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I really don't have an answer for that. Nothing comes to mind.
Well, JD listens, so you can't say it. He'll.
No. He's a very conscientious about the gifts he gives me, so they're all good.
Oh, I know what it is for me.
What?
I know what it is.
Because I can't think of a thing.
It's actually behind me back over there. Everyone knows I'm a Wolverine fan. But people tend to think that just because it's Wolverine, I want it.
Oh, that old gag. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I got this ridiculous Wolverine statue that my mother got me. It's a little metal statue. Wolverine. It's this little squat, disproportionate thing. Every time I look at it, I'm like, and she knows it too. I told her, I was like, why'd you get me this? This is gonna be a paperweight. It's gonna collect dust. It's gonna be an allergen in my house. It's gonna
and there it is.
And there it is, still in the box, still sitting there. Wolverine's like, open me, please. No, never opening you.
My weirdest thing is probably from your mom too.
From my mom, what was it?
It was a 2 small, long sleeve Mississippi University shirt.
Mississippi University.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. My mother my mother is a bad gift giver. She'll go to the store. I think they would like this, and I'm like, I don't. I don't. And I'll instruct like, hey, you should buy this for this person because they like this type of stuff. Really? Yes. What you're about to buy is gonna sit in the closet. And Mississippi, it was. Let me say something. She wasn't in Mississippi when she bought it. She may have been though. She may have been. Okay.
You'd never know.
Yeah. How about you, Randy? What's the worst thing you got?
Well, there was a while there that I was given every tchotchke that was Doctor Who that you could ever imagine. And when I opened up and got the sonic screwdriver pizza cutter, I said, it's probably enough. That's probably enough. I still haven't broken into the Doctor Who Monopoly game that I got the year before. It's okay. But I did get an awesome TARDIS once that was really cool. That when you press the top of it, it made the TARDIS noise on it. That was kind of cool. But the daughter now, Rachel, our youngest, has a tradition that she gives me a box of chocolate covered cherries every year. It's the only time I ever get them. And it's gone from it's the same size box, but it's gone from a 22 count to a 16 count. Now it's down to a 10 count. It's the same size box.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they haven't gotten any bigger for some reason.
No, they didn't get any bigger. No.
Yeah,
they got farther spread apart on the card that they put plastic.
You mean those Queen Anne, cordial, whatever. Cherries. Yeah.
I like chocolate. I can put up chocolate. Nobody else in the family likes them though, so they think it's funny. We get dad chocolate covered cherries every year.
Yeah, I love those things. I've been known to steal them from my mother. Like, what is this? Oh, I'll take this. Of course.
They're usually gone in a day though. So
stealing snacks from my mother is still at your own risk because a lot of times you open the box or she'll come give you something like, you want this? You're like, sure. And then you'll start eating and you're like, this doesn't taste that fresh. She bought us from Ollie's. and it's not just Ollie's.
I'm laughing because I've been there.
And you flip it on the back, and it's like she gave me some pretzels last week. I bit into one. I'm like, this tastes kind of chalky. I flipped it on the back, September 2020, and I'm like,
oh, gee, that wasn't even old then.
Yeah, I was going to say at least it's in the same year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? When we were cleaning out her fridge, we pulled out, what was it, Lola? Was it relish?
I know with the spices, there was something from.
I figured out very early on, if you buy any food from Ollie's at all, make sure it's vacuum sealed.
Yeah, there was spices we pulled out the cover from 95.
Oh yeah, that's not unusual.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, we gotta throw this away.
But
And that was recently.
spices aren't going to spoil.
No, the spice must flow.
You think it's stale? You know, they lose their flavor after a while.
Everybody's got that bottle of Worcestershire sauce in their refrigerator that's 4 years out of date.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I call her refrigerator Atreides. And, it's,
All the spices.
yeah, all the spice.
I used to work at, oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I used to work at a company where one of our clients was Godiva, and every Christmas, Godiva would ship like boxes of chocolates to the to the offices, to give out. And one year, for some reason, they were all like expired by a couple of months, and nobody would touch it. So I got to bring home a lot of chocolate that day. Because it's like, it's just a couple of months, it's chocolate. So what? It's separated.
As long as there's no fuzz on it, it's all good. Yeah.
Right, it's chocolate.
I see him both after my Worcestershire sauce out last month. What is Ollie's? Ollie's is a discount chain, kind of like Big Lots, but a little smaller.
Tough nerd toys. If you're into trade paperbacks and you have an Ollie's in your area, you've definitely been missing out. Yeah. So I've walked out of there spending like 100, 150. That easy, yeah. But the end runs that Marvel and DC used to do back when they were doing every trade under the sun that they could think of, they'd print 10,000, even though they only sold 5,000, because there was a price break at 10,000 where you actually made a profit if you sold 5,000 to the retailer. So they had the extra 5,000 they stashed in a warehouse for years. Well, a year or so ago, they decided, both of them apparently, and maybe Ollie's got a hold of them or whatever, that it was time to clear out those warehouses. And year before last, there was a huge trade paperback sale at Ollie's. And that's how we really got to know. That's when we joined the club at Ollie's. Is when I walked out with a couple of boxes full of books, that some of which I gave away as prizes at the conventions that I would throw, because they'd put $15, $20 trades out for $6.99, $3.99. $2.99. Yeah. You get essentials for $5. You get archive books for $10. And it was really good there for a while.
I got a huge Frank Quitely Batman book, huge 11x17 book, $15. And
I got a Darwin cookbook like that, not a cookbook, but a Darwin cook art book. Yeah, that was amazing, just phenomenal. That for like $20.
My mother,
what is it? The Cook Man.
Yeah, my mother loves the fact that Darwin Cook would sign his artwork D Cook, especially his Wonder Woman stuff, because that's her name, D Cook. She's like, yeah, you wish. Meredith, ugliest gift you received?
I don't know if it was the ugliest, but it was one of the strangest ones, I guess. And that was back in the day when I was a smoker. The stocking stuffer was a reindeer, and when you pushed its head, it would poop out a cigarette.
Oh boy!
So you're like pulling your cigarette out of its butt. That was kind of funny.
Let's start looking for that.
Yeah, that kind of rides the line between a bad gift and a what the F were you thinking gift.
Family, hey.
No.
Anybody want a cigarette?
So weird.
It's right there. Take it out of the reindeer's ass. Yeah. It's all good.
What is the one
roll some good joints and catch the shit?
What is the one thing you want for Christmas? I get the one thing I want was taken from me yesterday at 7:00. So when people,
let's not go there.
Yeah,
we'll get more letters from angry Shelbys.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can handle them.
But I'll tell you one thing we could ask for Christmas is to bury this freaking hate that's out there and have everybody promoting great comics.
Peace on Earth, God damn it.
That would be a great gift. Yeah.
That's a go. Peace on Earth, God damn it. That's
Peace on Earth, God damn it. Yeah.
Anybody else want anything weird? Is there anything Lola, is there anything you want?
Well, I got my chair.
You got your chair.
But if anybody wants to buy me something, you can go to my Facebook. Then you go to Indie Princess Facebook,
link below.
And go to my Amazon wish list and buy me some more shoes.
Yeah, more shoes. The funny thing about,
and remember, this year's color is pink.
Yeah.
No.
The funny
Randy,
thing,
you're going to be on her shit list.
the funny thing about that chair, guys, is that chair came yesterday, and it was supposed to be, even the box says black and gray.
Miracles happen. Yeah.
Lola's opening it, and I'm down the hall, and I hear this rageful sound. Now, if anybody remembers Ninja Turtles, the second movie, when Shredder grows Tokar and Razor into the large creatures, and he comes out of the room, he says, "Babies! They're babies!" Ah! Well, that's how Lola sounds. It's like, pink! It's pink! Ah! Yeah, we'll put a list because she can't talk. All that stuff. She's like, it's always like, it's pink. and so it was like all this rage back there. I expected to see her be a Red Lantern. Actually, just it was bad. But we knew we weren't going to send it back, because if we sent it back,
we went through hell to get it.
Yeah, we'd never get it back.
Yeah.
It'd have to go back to California. There was no way. So she's like, you know what? Apparently, I'm meant to have a pink chair. So this is what I'm keeping. And
I think it would look wonderful with your tiara.
Yeah. She had the tiara on. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
But no, he had a hat on. Yeah.
Tough Nerd Toys is getting a little personal. He wants his libido back from when he was 20.
Well, don't we all?
I got my libido when I was 40. I guess I'm a late bloomer.
Women bloom later than men.
Yeah.
And men listen to the small head way too much. Tough Nerd Toys, you're probably getting a lot more done now than when you were at 20. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the last question is, what's the naughtiest thing you've ever done in the comic industry?
Whoa.
I've got Daphne's book around here somewhere.
For me, I totally escorted out for a model at a convention. I drew pictures of her. I took her a new picture I was a fan. I wasn't drawing comics yet. I drew a picture of her every day just so she would sit on my lap and take a picture with me. It was awesome too, because she did her t-shirt in this weird way where she cut her t-shirt so it was just over her head. But she cut she had like the sleeves out of her, like she cut like the torso of her shirt out. Mm-hmm. And she just had like the sleeves on. And she had a huge, she had very big girls, but she put like this neon orange bra on. But every day the neon color would change. So one day it'd be orange, next day it'd be green. And she was hot. Oh my God. Anyway, that was what I did. I totally
and that was naughty?
That was naughty, because I would draw pictures of her just to get her to sit in my lap and take a picture with me.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah. That was she was it was what's her name? What's the model's name? Dazzle Del Rio. That's what it was. You guys remember her, don't you? Dazzle Del Rio. Used to go to Comic Cons all the time.
Nope.
No one remembers Dazzle Del Rio. What the heck is going on with you people?
Well, pictures. Maybe it's one of these people that
maybe you don't remember.
At
least you found a good one.
Yeah. There she is.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess. One of many.
Sam Boo says I made a comic book in junior high that totally ripped off Transformers, called the Space Formers. LOL.
We call those SJWs now. They're using create as much space between us and them as they form a lot of space. Anyway, I don't know. That's mean of me. That's mean of me. We're gonna get a mean email now. We'll start with you, Randy. Naughtiest thing you've done in comics, sir.
Well, in comics, I had a great gig for a while there where I did a cartoon in the Deja Vu Showgirls magazine called Vuvu Wonder Showgirl. That was I wouldn't say it was naughty so much as it was kind of adult. And I've done adult comics in the past too. So I've got an IP of a superhero that I will eventually get around to doing one of these days that I'm really happy with, that I really want to do real bad. So I'll do that. Probably a couple of them, but got a superhero character named Captain Dildo. So
all right.
Armed with twin dildo rods, Dick Dinky fights injustice and perversion wherever he can find it and can't join in.
Were you drawing like penises in the bathroom stalls when you were a kid?
No, I was never a vandal. Never. But,
I was just curious.
I was never that obsessed. I was never that obsessed with male genitalia to do that. But I did, as soon as I got out of high school, I got a job where I ended up managing a chain of adult bookstores. So all of the accoutrements I became very familiar with. In fact, I had I had a profit sharing set up with the company that I did really good there for a couple of years. So selling, shall we say, marital aids.
Oh my, says Campus Comic Con.
Oh my, yes.
I love it. And the Tough Nerd Toys is awesome. Yeah, I've seen pictures of Captain Dildo and some of the other characters that Randy's created in that world.
I'd pull up a picture of him here. I got one in the computer, but man, we don't want to show that.
No. Meredith, naughtiest thing you've done.
Naughtiest thing I've done. Well, I mean, you guys know that I'm really new in comics, but I was at a Comic-Con before the world shut down this year, and I earned that sticker.
Oh, you got spanked by the Indie Devil.
I got spanked by the Indie Devil, and my husband recorded it.
Oh,
there you go.
You know, we got to really bring him up on charges at some point. We're going to really have to talk about getting Rob brought up on charges.
Well, if we're talking about,
if I volunteered,
if we're talking about convention experiences, I've been to a few shows, but they're not comic shows. I've been to a few gaming and science fiction conventions. They had their own adult floor. That was there might have been a few things there that were naughty.
Trevor Notori says, "Show the video, Meredith.
Show it."
Yeah. You got to bring that video up. Daphne, naughtiest thing you've done in comics. I mean, you've done House of Bob.
I have a long, illustrious career in furry porn.
I have the sketchbook.
I mean, really, it's not a question you ask me.
Yeah, it's like I can't show you this picture.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, show it.
Sorry, we weren't here to talk about.
We'll get banned aside from demonetized. But
we decided very early on we weren't here to talk about our porn careers.
Yeah, exactly.
Lola's like, well, what am I going to talk about? This is horrible. No, we you know what's funny is that I joke about that, but the other day, Lola's like, we're talking about like old pictures, and Lola had let me see here. I'll see if I can. Probably can't dig him up. There he is. Lola has always like been like somebody that I'll like. I'll take her picture, especially when I thought I was entertaining the idea, the foolish idea that one day I'd be a photographer, that I could do that as well. So I took a lot of pictures, but one of my favorite. Yeah. I was like, I'll be a photographer, but I thought I did pretty good. I thought I did pretty good. The only problem is when like that was done with a professional camera. Mm-hmm. This one was not. That was down the steps leading to the garage, I believe. Yep. And I always thought, I'm like, I can do this photographer stuff. No, photographers work very hard. They work very hard. So that's probably but I think for me and Lola, when I think about it for last call, the worst thing we did was we made posters of our booth girls, because what had happened was, I had made these cards, flyers for my former company. And what I did was I had the comic book cover on one side and a picture of one of the booth girls on the other. And my thought was, hey, you know what? If nothing else, guys will take this flyer for the hot girl, and on the back they'll always have my comic, and that'll burn itself into their memory as well. Well, a guy came to my table and he's like, how much for the cards? And I'm like, well, the flyers are free. Oh, really? And he took one of each. And I'm thinking, holy shit, I could have sold those. He was ready to buy. Like, he had his wallet in one hand. And I'm like, I missed the opportunity there. So what we did was there 11x17 prints of the girls. And that's probably like the naughtiest thing I've done. Like, I mean, they were all clothed, but they were all, they some of them were barely clothed, but they were clothed. They sold for a while. You have to find the right price point and the right market. I noticed that they had stopped selling it. Yeah, like they had stopped selling. They had sold at Wizard World heavily one year, and then the next. And the more it started gravitating toward a family-friendly show, that stuff stopped selling. Yeah. And now the Lola posters and cards still sell, but that's because she's there at the show. Whereas the other girls, if they couldn't make it, and we know that too, that if the girl wasn't there, there was a chance that that her poster wasn't going to sell. So it was cool. I mean, that meant I had to take that girl's poster, which lightened the load a lot. But that's probably the naughtiest thing I did. Very naughty.
That is the way I dress.
Yeah. See,
Mark says I am boring at cons. LOL.
Well, yeah, Mark sits around and he if he's at cons, he'll pass out his flyers for his show.
Yeah.
But I really think, and we'll talk to Mark about this at some point, but I was noticing that there has never been a How to Throw a Con panel at a con. I guess it's because they don't want competitions popping up everywhere. But I would like to, sit a lot of con promoters down and let them discuss the differences of how they run their shows.
Well, something
cool.
something that's awesome that Mark usually does after the first day of a Grand Rapids con is he gets people together who have done that, who have thrown cons together in a room with a little bit of pizza, so everybody can meet everybody and talk about and exchange ideas, talk about their experiences putting conventions together and exchange ideas. It's a really cool thing to do.
CM sent us this. There we are, guys. The limited series. Meet the Space
Formers.
You're dead now, Colt. I hope it's not the good guys. Because you imagine get guys showing you're dead now, fucker.
We all have to start somewhere. That's awesome. That's cool.
From Blue, 15 cents only. I love it. Yeah,
love it.
That's pretty cool. You have to show us pages from that at some point. We're gonna have to go through the book in detail, guys. We reached the end of the show.
Mark says we actually hold an annual meeting at our show. Who are con runners to sort of have an annual meeting, do a group photo.
That's cool.
And the cool thing about that too is you guys also talk about dates too, right, Randy? Like what dates you're gonna do? Like so no one's stepping on each other's toes. And I know there are still people who don't give a damn. I don't care if he's doing a show that day. I'm doing my show that day. We're miles apart.
Well, there was a period there in Detroit, especially that it was pretty cutthroat for a while back in the late '70s, mid '80s.
Where can we find a Mr. Zimmerman at online so people can bother?
Now, you can find me on Facebook. Please go over there under Randy Zimmerman. You'll know it's my page because it's got a cartoon profile on it, and friend me over there. I've been getting some awesome friends from all over the world, which is really cool. So now I go and look. I look at everything anyway, just to get rid of the spam ones. But it's really fun to get a friend request from all over the place, almost like what we had in the chat yesterday. We had somebody from Peru and somebody from New Zealand, and we talked to the guys from Kurdistan who talked to the guy from Turkey and all of this. Just a lot of fun to see artists from and cartoonists all over the world showing off their stuff. I love looking at that kind of thing. I'm also on Twitter under Randy Zim. I'm also on YouTube. I have a Zim Geek channel that I swear I'm going to start throwing more videos up on anytime now. So please go over there, like and subscribe. And while you're over on YouTube, make sure you go over to the Indie Vault page and do the same thing. Like and subscribe there. Hit the bell for notifications. And you will see me, hopefully, back tomorrow morning for the Breakfast Buzz that we do every Thursday morning, despite the holidays. And we'll be there. Hopefully, Varian will be up. Varian and I will be there. And maybe Meredith and Daphne. And, Lola usually never gets up that early. So she's shaking her head. No. Other than that, we'll be back on Sunday morning for the Sunday Funnies program. I do a 2-hour show Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and the Breakfast Buzz is also at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Sunday, we talk about the more fun and whimsical side of comics, not the dark and depressing side, but the more fun and whimsical comics. And I have no idea what we're doing this Sunday, but we will do something. And that's the Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. Say what?
I was about to ask if there was a theme for Sunday.
I have no theme yet, but we might do a year-end thing, or I don't know. A best of, what's your favorite comic, something like that. So yeah.
Oh sure. I'll get those out.
Cool.
Very cool.
The next person that we want to know where we can find them at is, of course, Miss Daphne Lage, because she's got
yes.
Raven. Man, the fourth. What's funny is that you've mentioned it so much that even now I have thoughts about it. I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's not the fourth yet. It's not the fourth.
It's not the fourth yet. Yeah, that's how I wake up every day. It's like, is it the fourth yet? Yeah, so if fantasy comics is your thing, go to egoworks.com, EGOWORKS.com, and talltalesonline.com, TAILS, where you can read both my comics for free online and sign up to get regular updates about my upcoming Kickstarters, January 4th. 2021, hint, hint. And also, if you're into art tutorials, demos, and you want to occasionally see me lose my mind over stuff, you can find me on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art.
All right. I guess I'm next.
Right.
All right, you guys. So you can find me over at Geek Insider, but if you're looking to follow my social media, take a look at Linktree. It's linktr.ee/MEREJ99. And you're going to see all of my social media where you can follow me, where I live stream, and all of the places that I contribute to. So that would be really cool. That's linktr.ee/MEREJ99, or just Google that, and I pretty much pop up all over the place.
How about that? I was sending messages out, and trying to get people for tomorrow. I believe that Lola, where can they find you at? Or do you want me to do it for you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, you can talk for me.
Okay, I'll talk for you. You can find Lola, the Indie Princess, there. Here, get the camera, sexy looks. You can find the Indie Princess at the Indie Princess on Facebook, and the real Indie Princess on Twitter, I believe. Yeah, and then Instagram. She has a Amazon wishlist set up there, and also you can.
There's a link on my Facebook of a picture of me for my Amazon wish list.
Yeah. She didn't get enough Christmas gifts, I guess, guys. So go to her wish list.
It's coming up, guys.
Yeah, it's her birthday. That's right. I don't get her anything for her birthday because she just got a wonderful pile of shit days before that. So there's no way you're getting anything up for Christmas. It's not happening. Besides a card, that's what you'll get. Happy birthday. Here, I used to. I'm joking. I used to take her out to dinner on her birthday, but can't do that now because everything's closed. So,
Well, yeah.
It just reopened.
Yeah, her birthday's Monday.
Just so you know.
Yeah,
just to cause trouble in your family, they did reopen the restaurants.
Thank you, Randy. Randy, check out The Way Out.
Life of Riley.
A new
indie put on by a few veterans from the Archie comics. Bought the Kickstarter. Looking forward to it. Yeah, Mark, thanks a lot. I'll look into that.
We will look. I'll check.
I got it written down.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Randy and myself.
Merry Christmas. We'll be back tomorrow morning.
Radio Daphne and me will be back. I think I'll be here. I might be sleeping. Who knows? We'll find out.
We hope you'll be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Tune in to find out if I wake up. Don't do that. All right. Remember, in the words of Ben Affleck, whenever you get mad about comics.
Oh, okay, they're talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
Good night, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Good night.